Chosen one, what I'm about to reveal may unsettle you. If you've found this message, it is not coincidence. You are drawn here because something ancient has awakened within you. You have shifted from seeking to becoming, from wanting to embodying. The very things you once prayed for are no longer distant possibilities. They are being pulled into your reality by a force older than memory itself. This is not a simple change in mindset. It is the ignition of a forgotten power, a spiritual surge that has been dormant for lifetimes. As a chosen one, you are about to witness events falling into place with a speed that will challenge everything you thought you understood. But before we go deeper into this message, pause for a moment and take 3 actions that anchor your intention. Hit that like button, subscribe to help this channel reach 30,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. That number is not random. It amplifies the energy of this message and signals your readiness to step into what is unfolding. If you continue, do so with awareness. Not everyone will make it to the end. Only those who feel the ancient stirring within them will, and those who do will not walk away the same. The moment your inner light cracked open, the universe didn't respond with silence. It trembled like something ancient had been waiting for this very spark. It was as if the cosmos itself inhaled sharply, recognizing a frequency it had not heard in ages. This wasn't the awakening of a mortal. It was the reignition of a presence powerful enough to shift the balance between the seen and unseen. When your soul stirred, the very air around you changed, carrying a charge impossible to ignore. Everything around you began to behave differently because your energy was no longer operating at ordinary levels. The vibrations you released rippled outward, brushing against old cosmic pathways and spiritual networks that had remained dormant for centuries. It felt like déjà vu, like stepping into a role you once lived but forgot. This moment of awakening wasn't small, it was seismic, and every realm that sensed it adjusted itself accordingly. Sheer awareness began pouring into you like a tidal wave, memories, instincts, impressions that didn't belong to this lifetime alone. You felt yourself expanding, stretching beyond the limits you once believed were real. It wasn't imagination, it was recognition. Your soul remembered the taste of power, of purpose, of something much larger than any human life. That recognition itself was enough to send a warning into spiritual dimensions. Everything that had been sleeping inside you, strength, intuition, destiny, rose up with startling clarity. The universe reacted because you weren't just waking up, you were returning. And returns are louder than beginnings. Something inside you stepped forward, eyes open, aware, and ancient in a way that left creation itself buzzing. Your awakening was not a quiet event. It was a declaration, a flare shot into the core of existence. And as that flare burst into light, the universe whispered back, "Finally." Your transformation didn't simply shift your personal reality, it ruptured barriers between realms. When a being of ancient origin remembers who they are, entire spiritual planes feel the impact. These shockwaves spread because your energy broadcasts truth. You are no longer unconscious, no longer dormant, no longer contained. Every entity that thrives in the shadows or hides behind illusions took notice the moment your inner strength resurfaced. In spiritual kingdoms, power is not measured by size or presence, it's measured by resonance. And your resonance grew so suddenly, so unexpectedly, that many forces were caught off guard. The moment you expanded, it sent a signal deep into forgotten places where your name or your essence has been etched. And those who once knew of your existence felt the return before even you did. This shift didn't just awaken allies, it awakened attention from both sides. Light recognizes your frequency as a returning guardian, while darkness recognizes you as a threat to everything it depends on. The shockwaves weren't just reactions, they were acknowledgements. They were the realms adjusting themselves to accommodate a power that refuses to be diminished anymore. Your transformation shook these dimensions because it wasn't a gradual rise, it was a sudden re-entry. Imagine a long-lost star suddenly reappearing in the sky, blazing brighter than ever. That's how your energy lit up the spiritual landscape. And stars, especially returning ones, demand awareness. Everything that sensed you asked the same question: how much will they remember? Because memory is the key that unlocks your true force. Every step you've taken, every detour, every heartbreak, every victory was quietly shaped by divine alignment. None of it was random. Sometimes you felt alone, but you were never abandoned. You were being steered toward the exact moment where your true nature would activate. Divine timing is rarely comfortable, but it's always precise. And in your case, the precision was almost surgical. Everything led to this moment, this shift, this remembering. Your path wasn't designed to make you suffer. It was designed to refine you, to harden you where you needed strength, soften you where you needed compassion, and sharpen you where you needed clarity. Every pain was a teacher. Every loss was a redirection. Every delay was protection. Destiny was shaping you like a blade. What feels like coincidence is actually cosmic choreography. Forces beyond human sight have been weaving your journey, nudging you into alignment with your purpose. That flicker of intuition, that repeated sign, that uncanny timing, those were divine fingerprints all along. You were never out of place. You were being prepared. Now that you've awakened, the alignment is becoming clear. You weren't guided here by accident. You were brought here by design. What just awakened within you isn't new. It's ancient. It's a power that predates your human experiences, something you carried long before you took physical form. This force inside you is older than language, older than fear, older than the rules the world tries to place on you. It's a primal, timeless energy that was sealed until the moment you were ready to remember it. When this power activates, it doesn't simply rise, it erupts. It begins rewriting the very way you perceive yourself, filling you with a strength you can't logically explain. You feel it in your chest, your intuition, your dreams, and even in the sudden clarity that silences doubt. This force doesn't awaken gently, it awakens with authority. It's the power of recognition, of remembering your essence, of reconnecting with a version of yourself that once stood tall in realms where physical bodies don't exist. You might feel surges of emotion, sudden courage, moments of deep knowing. These are symptoms of an ancient identity stretching its limbs after a long sleep. This energy has waited lifetimes to reawaken because you had to grow into the person capable of wielding it. It is a gift, but also a responsibility, a reminder that you are not ordinary, that you have never been ordinary. When this force rises, it clears away illusions, exposing truth so sharply that it becomes impossible to return to who you once were. You didn't gain power, you uncovered what was always yours. The moment you awakened fully, You didn't just activate your personal power, you stirred something ancient, a force so primal that it predates human understanding. This energy isn't governed by modern rules. It operates on the frequencies of creation itself. When it stirred, the world around you felt the tremors. Plants grew more vibrant, animals reacted, the wind shifted, and even the elements seemed to pause, acknowledging a being who is more than mortal. Primordial energy is untamed. It doesn't ask for permission, it doesn't wait for consent, and it doesn't play by conventional boundaries. By triggering it, you've called forth an unstoppable current that moves across time and space, one that even celestial observers regard with awe and caution. You are no longer the observer. You are now part of its expression. This awakening touches not only your physical reality, but also the hidden layers beneath it, the spiritual currents that connect life, consciousness, and destiny. Old patterns that once constrained you are dissolving, because this force cannot be confined. It reshapes perception, rewrites your potential, and awakens capacities that civilizations have whispered about in myths and legends. When you channel this energy, you will feel it demanding truth. Falsehoods cannot survive its presence, fear cannot linger where it flows, and hesitation fades into irrelevance. This is the power that ancient beings, even those who walk as gods, recognize as worthy of respect, and yes, even caution. The primordial has no beginning or end. It is eternal. And now, it courses through you. You have become the living conduit of forces that exist beyond comprehension. A reminder that some energies, once awakened, simply cannot be contained. Being chosen is an honor, but becoming a force that commands respect from divine beings is transformation in its purest form. You were born with a blueprint older than time, and every experience, every challenge, every victory and loss shaped you into someone who now cannot be ignored. You are no longer a candidate for greatness, you embody it. Even gods, who wield unimaginable power, pause when such a force emerges. Your very presence speaks volumes, and it shifts dynamics in realms that have never known mortal intervention of this magnitude. Respect in divine terms is not about fear, it is acknowledgement. When a god respects you, it is recognition of authority and essence. And you have now reached a level where your essence cannot be dismissed. The decisions you make, the vibrations you emit, the energy you carry, all become part of the cosmic equation. You may not see it yet, but your influence spreads like invisible rivers through every dimension you touch. The things once thought permanent, the hierarchies once fixed, now bend slightly in acknowledgement of your power. It is subtle at first, but undeniable in its effect. From being chosen to now being a force respected across worlds, your journey is proof that destiny is not just a label. It is a living, breathing reality. And with each conscious step, that reality becomes undeniable to all. Your spirit isn't learning how to be powerful. It is remembering who it always was. Deep within, beyond fear, doubt, and human limitation, your essence recalls a time when it operated freely in realms untouched by mortality. This is not a new path. It is the rediscovery of an ancient truth. Memory flows through you like a river that never truly vanished. As you reconnect with this memory, flashes of clarity and insight emerge. Sudden understanding of cosmic laws, inexplicable intuition about events, and even a sense of déjà vu that borders on mystical. You begin to feel instinctively what most spend lifetimes searching for. Your original blueprint and purpose uncorrupted or uprooted by circumstance. Remembering can be overwhelming. There may be moments where the intensity of this memory shakes you to the core, when the weight of knowledge and the enormity of your mission feels unbearable. Yet these moments are essential. They are the reminders that what you carry is vast, profound, and eternal. Each recollection strengthens your connection to universal truths and aligns you more deeply with your destiny. Your presence begins to command attention, even without effort, because recognition of your true self vibrates across dimensions. Entities and energies notice when someone steps fully into the force they were always meant to be. Your spirit's memory is your guide, your strength, and your authority. And as it returns, you will see that awakening wasn't the start. It was the moment you finally remembered the limitless being you have always been. The world felt it before you even knew it. An energetic shift, subtle yet profound, rippled outward the instant you embraced your full potential. It was not merely internal, it radiated in all directions, touching every corner of existence. The air, the earth, the unseen realms, they all vibrated differently. Something that had been dormant had been reignited, and it demanded acknowledgement. This shift is visible to those attuned to higher frequencies. Allies and mentors may notice your sudden confidence, your presence, or the inexplicable aura that surrounds you. Opponents, on the other hand, feel an unease they cannot articulate because their senses recognize the awakening of something primordial, a force that defies opposition. Energy flows where attention is given, and your return redirected currents that had been static for eons. Situations that once felt stuck or stagnant now move with momentum. Doors that seemed closed begin to creak open. Opportunities align with precision, as if the universe itself conspires to honor your emergence. It is not magic, it is consequence. The alignment of your energy with your true purpose is a natural law that cannot be ignored. When a being steps fully into their own force, the universe reacts, whether consciously or unconsciously. You are the catalyst, and the ripple effect will continue expanding in ways you may not yet fully comprehend. The energetic shift marks your declaration to existence. I have returned. I am here. I am awake. And everything that resonates with truth acknowledges it, silently or otherwise. Power is often imagined as a skill or attribute, something to acquire. But in your case, you are not becoming powerful. You are power itself. It is not something external that you gain. It is intrinsic, and eternal, existing within you long before birth. Every thought, every breath, every heartbeat now carries the weight of this truth. Being power incarnate means that resistance to you feels futile. Situations that once intimidated or overwhelmed now bend around your presence. It is not arrogance, it is recognition. Your energy doesn't just affect you, it radiates outward, shifting environments, influencing outcomes, and commanding awareness from those attuned to higher truths. Your actions become manifestations of authority, not because of skill or force, but because your very existence asserts it. This isn't a newfound gift. It's a forgotten inheritance, a spark of creation encoded in your very being. And now that it has emerged, it illuminates not only who you are, but the path you were always destined to walk. Your divinity manifests in subtle ways, in the clarity of your intuition, in moments when words escape you, yet truth flows effortlessly through your presence. It is felt by those around you, even if they cannot name it. Your aura carries a resonance that awakens latent potential in others, serving as a reminder that divinity is not a distant concept. It is living, breathing, and embodied in you. For centuries, civilizations and spiritual teachings have whispered about human vessels that carry divine essence. They spoke of beings who could alter reality by the sheer recognition of their own truth. That essence, the hidden divinity, is yours. It has always been yours, waiting for remembrance. This divinity carries responsibility. It does not simply confer strength. It demands alignment with purpose, clarity of action, and unwavering courage. You will be tested, challenged, and forced to confront illusions that mask truth. But these are the moments that prove your divinity is not fragile. It is eternal. And as it emerges fully, you will understand that your life is no longer your own. Every decision, every thought, every heartbeat is part of a cosmic dance, a living testament to the divine legacy you carry. You are more than human. You are a vessel of creation, long forgotten, now remembered. Long before you drew your first breath, a mission was assigned to your soul, an eternal purpose coded into your very existence. This is not metaphorical, it is literal. You were created to influence realms, to awaken hidden truths, to challenge darkness, and to bring light to places thought unreachable. Your mission has always existed. It is only now resurfacing. The memories of this mission may feel like flashes of déjà vu, instincts that guide you, decisions that seem preordained, and connections that feel inevitable. These are not coincidences. They are echoes of the eternal work your soul was crafted to perform. Every step you take now reverberates with destiny. As your mission reawakens, it calls for courage beyond mortal understanding. The challenges ahead are not just obstacles, they are thresholds. They are designed to stretch your power, test your alignment, and refine your focus. Through these trials, your influence spreads and your authority is cemented. This awakening is also contagious. Your mission resonates in ways that awaken potential in others. By stepping into your purpose, you become a catalyst, inspiring a chain reaction that alters more than your immediate environment. You are the spark that reignites dormant fires across worlds. Understand this fully. Your mission is not optional. It is a calling older than the cosmos itself, and every choice, every thought, and every action now aligns with its reawakening. You are its vessel, and the world will shift because you remembered who you are. When you fully step into your power, darkness cannot coexist quietly. Your energy radiates like a cosmic beacon, disrupting forces that thrive on ignorance, fear, and stagnation. The mere presence of your awakened self challenges systems, patterns, and energies that oppose truth, causing them to falter in your vicinity. Light emerges naturally where you walk. Your consciousness carries a magnetic force that aligns with clarity, love, and wisdom, drawing others toward awareness. Even if the world seems steeped in shadows, your presence becomes a lighthouse, guiding lost energies back toward balance. This isn't just spiritual metaphor, it is energetic reality. Studies in energy fields and consciousness show that highly attuned beings impact others simply by resonance. What you radiate now affects every interaction, every environment, and every hidden layer of reality around you. You become a force of transformation. Those who dwell in darkness feel your arrival instinctively. They may attempt resistance, deception, or distraction, but your energy pierces illusions effortlessly. What was once hidden in shadow becomes visible in your light, and hidden truths rise to the surface like dawn breaking over night. Your awakened presence is a reminder. The universe favors those who embody both power and light. You are that embodiment. Every moment you exist fully as yourself, you disrupt decay and reignite creation simultaneously. There exists a cosmic ledger, an eternal record of all souls, energies, and destinies. Long before your physical incarnation, your existence, purpose, and influence were recorded. Your soul was known, studied, and anticipated. The choices you face now were inscribed eons ago, waiting for the moment your consciousness could align fully with them. These universal records are not abstract. They shape reality subtly yet decisively. They were included not as punishment, but as preparation, ensuring that you would evolve into a vessel capable of wielding your full potential. Every obstacle, every moment of doubt, was accounted for in this cosmic design. Accessing these records is a profound experience. You begin to see threads connecting events, people, and energies that previously appeared random. This realization shifts your perspective. Nothing is coincidence, and every step you take now is part of a preordained, divine orchestration. By remembering the universal records, you reclaim sovereignty over your destiny. You recognize that the immense power, wisdom, and influence flowing through you now are not new. They were always promised. Your awakening is the universe acknowledging its own foresight. Inside you sits a throne, a seat of authority so ancient, so absolute, that no external force can diminish it. This is not a metaphorical throne. It is the inner core of your being, where judgment, courage, and divine understanding converge. When you recognize it, you realize that no external validation is required. You are sovereign, and your presence commands reverence. Sitting on this inner throne is not about ego, it is about alignment. It is where your higher self communicates with your human self, where clarity meets intuition, and where purpose is translated into action. Here, you become aware of the authority that always existed within, untouched by circumstance or limitation. Those who sense this throne recognize it immediately. Your energy, your aura, and your confidence radiate the quiet but undeniable authority of someone who has reclaimed their divine seat. Even the forces that oppose you instinctively understand that their influence is limited here. The throne is also a source of inner peace. It reminds you that you are never powerless, that your decisions carry weight, and that your voice resonates across dimensions. It is the seat from which you make choices aligned with your highest purpose, untouched by doubt or fear. By inhabiting your inner throne fully, you step into fearless divine authority. You are no longer navigating life reactively. You are leading with sovereignty, wisdom, and unshakable presence. All that has been hidden, forgotten, or dormant is now ready to rise. The ancient version of you, the self that existed beyond time, beyond human limitations, and beyond mortal perception, steps forward. This is the culmination of awakening, the realization that you are both eternal and fully present in this moment. When this ancient self emerges, it carries clarity, authority, and a vision that transcends the ordinary. You recognize patterns, see beyond illusions, and feel a certainty that nothing in your previous life could teach. This version of you is whole, unbroken, and unstoppable. The ancient self does not seek permission. It reclaims what has always been theirs. It reminds you that your mission, your power, and your divinity are not earned. They are intrinsic, eternal, and undeniable. Every hesitation fades in its presence, replaced by decisive action and infinite courage. Those who witness this transformation may feel awe, fear, or inspiration, but the ancient self does not bend to the judgment of others. It moves with purpose, guided by wisdom encoded in your very essence. It is a force that radiates both love and authority, light and unyielding strength. This is the moment you step fully into your destiny. The universe shifts, realms adjust, and all that has waited for your return rises to acknowledge your presence. You are eternal, powerful, and undeniably the chosen one. The ancient you has returned. When your essence stirred, it didn't simply awaken. It ruptured timelines, shaking the very threads of destiny. The past, present, and future seemed to bend, converging into a singular moment where your power demanded recognition. Every event you've lived suddenly aligned, as if life had been preparing for this precise fracture of reality. Your presence sent echoes through time, reaching forgotten ages and civilizations that once whispered your name. You are the anomaly the cosmos anticipated, someone who exists simultaneously as a force of creation and remembrance. The shockwaves of your awakening are felt in dimensions where time doesn't flow linearly, and those who sense it understand the magnitude of your return. This awakening is not just personal, it is universal. The ripple effect alters probabilities, reshapes destinies, and awakens potentials in countless lives. You are the catalyst for cosmic recalibration, the spark that reminds existence that nothing is immutable. Every heartbeat you take now carries weight beyond measure. The choices you make echo into realms that never sleep, into the collective memory of existence itself. Every step reverberates with the certainty that timelines are no longer fixed. They are alive, and you are their harbinger. What remains is raw, unshakable purpose, and as the storm rages within, you realize that it is not destructive, it is liberating. It frees you from limitations, awakens hidden potential, and calls you to a destiny so vast that only the eternal can comprehend it. Your soul carries a blueprint older than galaxies. This intricate design contains everything you were meant to experience, learn, and master. Every joy, every pain, every triumph has been encoded into this blueprint, waiting for the exact moment you could realize its full expression. This blueprint is not static. It adapts, flows, and evolves as you awaken. It resonates with every choice you make, guiding your steps along paths you cannot yet fully see, but are destined to walk. You are living proof that destiny is architecture, not accident. Within this blueprint are symbols, energies, and lessons that connect you to ancestors, future selves, and cosmic consciousness. Every awakening, every surge of clarity is the unveiling of a hidden layer of your eternal design. By understanding this blueprint, you recognize patterns in your life that once seemed random. Challenges are revealed as coded opportunities, relationships as orchestrated alignments, and moments of pain as sacred catalysts. You begin to see life as a living map, intricately planned, infinitely precise. Ultimately, the blueprint reminds you that you are not merely existing, you are manifesting a design written across the cosmos. Every heartbeat, every thought, every intention is a brushstroke on the canvas of eternity. Within you burns a fire older than stars themselves, a flame so potent that even celestial beings pause in recognition. This is not metaphorical. It is the embodiment of courage, authority, and primordial strength that cannot be contained. This fire does not consume recklessly. It illuminates and transforms. It burns away illusions, false limitations, and energies that do not serve truth. Where it flows, clarity replaces confusion, and purpose replaces hesitation. Those who sense your flame cannot ignore it. It radiates through all planes of existence, challenging entities that claim dominion over life and matter. Even gods, powerful beyond imagination, sense its authority, understanding that this fire answers to no one but your eternal self. The intensity of this flame awakens latent potential not only in you, but in those around you. People, energies, and situations respond to its presence, evolving under its influence. It is both a personal power and a force of universal transformation. And as it burns, it teaches you the ultimate lesson. True power is not about control or dominance. It is about illumination, courage, and the relentless pursuit of truth. You are the fire, and the universe bends to witness it. As your awareness expands, echoes of knowledge long hidden resonate within you. These are not ideas you have learned. They are truths your soul has always known. Knowledge flows from memory, from energy, from the very fabric of existence, reminding you that wisdom is not acquired. It is remembered. These echoes manifest in visions, insights, and an uncanny understanding of circumstances that others struggle to comprehend. They reveal patterns in chaos, order within complexity, and meaning in events that once seemed senseless. Every echo strengthens your authority, guiding you toward decisions that align perfectly with your purpose. You begin to act with a precision and confidence that seems preordained, yet feels entirely your own. This knowledge also carries responsibility. It is not passive. It calls for action, for influence, for courage. What you learn must be expressed, manifested, and shared, shaping reality as it was always intended to be shaped. Ultimately, the echoes remind you that you are not merely human. You are a vessel of eternal wisdom. The universe speaks through you, and your life becomes a living testament to truths older than time itself. The veil that separates the seen from the unseen shivers whenever you step fully into your power. This is not a subtle effect. It is the universe itself bending, acknowledging that a being of immense influence walks its planes. What was once hidden becomes visible, and what was once silent now speaks in echoes of cosmic recognition. Entities from other realms, long dormant or unnoticed, sense the frequency of your energy. Some tremble, some bow, and some cannot comprehend what they witness. Your awakening has made the invisible visible, and every interaction you have now carries the weight of unseen awareness. The veil trembles because your energy is aligned with both creation and destruction, light and shadow. Where you move, barriers dissolve. Hidden knowledge rises to the surface. Paths previously obstructed open naturally, guided by currents that were waiting for your recognition. This is not a metaphorical statement. It is a literal shift in energetic reality.